What is going on? What is going on, guys? It's your boy Darion coming to y'all live with another video. It's the Spotlight Sports Talk, and I'm here to give y'all my WWE Crown Jewel official recap right off it went off the air. This event was kind of weird to me. Yeah, it was live from Saudi Arabia. It didn't look like a packed house. It looked like the stadium was pretty separate. For some reason, it just didn't look right. It was just something off about the WWE event here. So we just going to get straight into the recap, and I'm going to give my overall grade of this event. And me personally, I'm giving it a C minus, almost to a D. This was not a great event. The crowd was not into it. This is my problem with going over to overseas to put on pay-per-views like this, because the crowd don't really be into it. And that's how it was at the Super Showdown in Australia. It was the same way. Even at the Greatest Royal Rumble, it was the same way. Going to these type of places that it didn't show the crowd was really into it. They was just there because it was in their city. It was in their country. And that's just my personal opinion on it, because honestly, I just feel like with this whole event here, it just was not up to par whatsoever. I did not like some of the matches here, but I am giving it a C minus, almost a D. But let's just get straight into the results and the grades from each match. The United States Championship match, which I did not do on my prediction show. I did have Rusev knocking off Sensei Nakamura, and I did not put that in my prediction video. But I did have Rusev winning, but at the same time, Sensei Nakamura did beat Rusev via pinfall to retain the U.S. title. This was a filled with consistent action. It looked like Rusev was on his way to winning the U.S. title, and then he locked the Nakamura with the accolade in the middle of the ring. But Nakamura began to crawl towards the ropes, and Rusev released the hold and attempt him to lock it in stronger. But Nakamura took the opportunity with the headbutt. Rusev, groin, and followed with the, I guess he got hit in the groin. I guess it was like a low blow. And Nakamura ended up getting him with the 1, 2, 3. It wasn't really nothing special to me. I thought it was pretty cool, but it wasn't like action packed, like it had me at the edge of my seat or anything like that. But I would give it this match a C minus. That's just my personal opinion on it. The World Cup quarterfinals, you had Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. Surprisingly, the way Randy Orton lost, I was not expecting that at all. But Rey Mysterio did end up winning. It was a short match, and most of the World Cup matches will be, because Mysterio took down Orton by folding him up and pinning him with a pinning combination. But immediately afterwards, Orton hit Mysterio with the RKO. Because Randy Orton was mad at the way he lost. And I don't blame him for the way he lost. I think the match could have been way better. Knowing their past history, it should have been way better. That's just my personal opinion on it. But he launched Mysterio outside the ring, then threw him over the announce table, whether it was extra punishment, but it hurt Mysterio later on. It will be, interested to see what happened. But I give this match a C minus-ish. It should have been better. It just should have been better. For these two caliber wrestlers here, this just should have been better. That's just my personal opinion on it. It just should have been better from the rip. And then we have another quarterfinal match. We have The Miz versus Jeff Hardy. Miz ended up winning by pinfall to advance. Hardy dominated most of this match and looked ready to put the Miz away with the twist of fate. But the Miz quickly countered with the skull crushing finale, and was a rare clean win for the Hill. And I did say in my prediction I would like for Jeff Hardy to win, but it's just something about Jeff Hardy that they're not going to push him the way I thought they would. But like I said in my prediction, I did have Miz winning the whole Crown Jewel World Cup. But we'll get into those matches right before we done this whole recap. Then we had Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley. Surprisingly, Seth Rollins beat Bobby Lashley, knowing that Bobby is the guy that is stronger than Seth. He's not as agile as Seth, but Seth Rollins ended up getting the win. Leo Rush entered with Lashley, putting him over the mic, talking to him, talking about he's the best in the world, all over WWE television. But Lashley dominated early going with his strength, but a pair of suicide dives from Seth Rollins. Lashley outside the ring, and Rollins sold his injuries in an attack from Dean Ambrose throughout the bout. In a quick finish, Rollins absorbed a big blow leapfrog. From Lashley, he surprised with the stomp and ended up getting the win with the curve stomp. This was a C plus, probably a B minus, but it wasn't just as entertaining like I thought it would be. That's just something that I just feel like these matches was not nowhere between a high A and a low B. These was all like a small low B to a C plus C minus type. But Seth Rollins was able to get in advance to the semifinals. So we do have Dolph Ziggler versus Kurt Angle. I did say Kurt Angle was going to beat Dolph Ziggler in this match, but it was the opposite for me. I actually see that Dolph Ziggler definitely beat Kurt Angle by pinfall to advance. The momentum was Ziggler in the early going, and it looked like Angle had a clean win midway through the match when he hit Ziggler with the Angle slam. Clean in the middle of the ring. Ziggler ended up kicking out of the 1-2, which exactly what Angle did in a few moments later when Ziggler hit him with the Famouser. Angle dives the zigzag tip and rolled Ziggler over for the ankle lock. Now the ankle lock, I thought he was going to tag. I thought he was going to tap. Me per se, I thought he was going to tap, and he ended up not tapping. He was able to get out of it, and Ziggler ended up getting the victory with the zigzag. We really didn't need help from Drew McIntyre in the first match, but just my personal opinion there, I just feel like this match could have been better too, knowing that Kurt Angle still looked up the part, but Kurt Angle's part-time, and we all know what's going to happen there. So, yeah, that is what it is. So, we got the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. I did pick the Bar to win this match, and that's exactly what happened. I had the Bar winning this match here over the New Day. Just because of the Big Show. Like I said before, the Big Show is the main factor why the Bar are tag team champions on SmackDown right now. Entering the ringside like this magic carpet, they had this crazy entrance and elevated the platform. It was just pretty weird it took forever for New Day to come out. They did get a huge ovation though, but it just took too long. It took too long for them to come out. Sheamus elevated Big E's shoulders with the corner. Kofi Kingston hit a double stomp on his back, followed by the Big E power slam. But the New Day only got to the 2 count. A short while later, a referee distracted Big E and found himself running to the corner, and then boom, you had Big Show punch you right in the face, right at the top of the rope, and then Sheamus followed with the 1, 2, 3. This was an okay match. According to CBS, they gave it a B minus. I give it a low B, almost a C, but a B minus, I kind of agree with that as well. It was a pretty dope. It was a pretty okay match. It wasn't nothing too spectacular. It's like none of these matches was too spectacular. Like nothing really had me on the edge of my seat. Like wow. Like I really thought this was going to be great. But it was an okay B minus match. I can say that. And then we had the World Cup semifinals. Like I said, y'all, I did have The Miz winning the whole World Cup in my prediction blog. And the World Cup semifinals was The Miz versus Rey Mysterio, and The Miz ended up getting the actual win over Rey Mysterio. Aside from aside from what happened with, in the early match, picked up quickly. The Hurricane Rana by Rey Mysterio began to what looked like to be a closing process, but after Mysterio was thrown face first into the corner, he kicked out of the Miz skull-crushing finale. Rey Mysterio gained momentum at the point, and the Miz had him prone a little bit, but the frog splash attempted was elevated by the knees of the Miz and took advantage of Mysterio's injury to the ribs, which he occurred earlier versus Randy Orton, and pinning the combination for the win. This was a really good match. It was a good match. I give it a B minus. Oh, I give this a B minus over I give the Bar and the New Day. This was a better matchup than the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So that was just, it was great to see. It was great to see the Miz, get these wins. He's headed to the finals. and let's see who he's going to face. So I think the match of the night for me per se was the Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins match. I'm kind of mad that Dolph Ziggler won over Seth Rollins. I did really want to see Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins have so much going on with, his Dean Ambrose as his tag team partner, him being an Intercontinental Champion. Dolph Ziggler don't really have anything to show for. He just has Drew McIntyre, and he wants to show why he's the best in the world. So Dolph Ziggler did defeat Seth Rollins in pinfall by, to advance to the finals to face The Miz. Rollins nursed his neck again after an early distraction from Drew McIntyre. He provided Ziggler with the advantage of a majority of the match. Two repeated of many of the same combinations from their prior matches, including the DDT spot up and roll combination. Rollins record the knee, and it just turned out to be really great matches, man. It was back and forth with the Famouser and the Frog Splash, and McIntyre pushed him off. McIntyre was a little bit part of this match than he was against Kurt Angle. But Dolph Ziggler ended up getting the win here. He's declaring why he was the best in the world, talking to the commentators. But I do give this a B. This was the best match of the night. My personal opinion, it was the best match of the night. It was a cool match. It was a dope match. But this was the best match of the night. This is the only one that really got a B with no B minus or no B plus or no C plus. So I really did like this match. Me personally, I think Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins was the match of the night. My personal opinion. We got the WWE Championship. AJ Styles defeating his championship against Samoa Joe to retain the title by pinfall. The match was relatively slow, with Samoa Joe taking early advantage of the brutal style. AJ Styles did his best work on the injured leg of Joe, eventually wearing him down with the calf crusher. the calf crusher. Joe could barely stand, and by the time the match came to a finish, AJ Styles hit him with the phenomenal forearm off the top rope, and he retains his title. C plus for me again. It wasn't a great match. This is supposed to be a very, very good match, knowing the build up to this match, everything that they've been through as far as the storyline, his family. It could have been a better match, a way better match. I just don't know why. It was just pretty slow. But I want to get into this bull crap of a Universal Championship match. Bull crap. It was bull crap. Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. Brock Lesnar ended up beating Braun Strowman. Are we kidding here? Like Triple H, Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon, the whole WWE company should be ashamed of this. They should be ashamed of this right now. So with that being said, I'm sitting here like, he wins the vacant title, but Baron Corbin turned his back on Strowman and hit Strowman with the belt. Why? That's stupid. He gave, and Brock gave Strowman through almost like 4.5 F5s, and it was just we're sick and tired of Brock Lesnar being a part-time champion. We are sick of that. I understand that the stuff probably would have been staged or whatever, but if you really want to listen to your fans, WWE, you have to listen to your fans. Why would you give somebody a championship that's not really going to defend it? Look what AJ Styles did in a year on SmackDown. Almost a year as the champion, a fighting champion. Brock Lesnar is not a fighting champion. He's not a fighting champion. He's bad for business. Braun Strowman deserved that title tonight. He deserved it. And y'all just going to give it? See, CBS gave them a D+. I'm giving this match an F. This is a F for F you, the fans. That's exactly what WWE did to us. This is why SmackDown is the better brand than Raw, because of Brock Lesnar. Just because of Brock Lesnar alone. That's just what it is. I can't stand the fact that you tired of giving. I'm telling you, Braun Strowman is not going to be in the WWE for a long time. He's not. He's going to leave the WWE because of the foolishness that we're getting from the Universal Championship. We're tired of seeing the same people with the title. We're tired. Why you don't give Finn Balor or Dean Ambrose or some of the other people in that locker room a chance to win that championship? But no, you want to give it to a part-time person that's really focused on UFC but don't want to focus on the WWE. Unacceptable. I give it an F, and I'm moving forward from this match. We got the World Cup Finals. It was supposed to be The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler, but The Miz ended up getting hurt. For some reason, at ringside, they did not. Shane McMahon was trying to refuse the situation, or no, this is for the best in the world, and The Miz got hurt. It looked like he was really hurt. I don't know if the truth is out or not, that if he's really hurt or not, but I know refs had to come down and help him out. So for some reason, Shane McMahon actually was able to go into the match, and Shane McMahon replaced The Miz. But this is where I go around with that. You're the commissioner of SmackDown. This is about to put a lot of twist on things at Survivor Series between SmackDown and Raw. But at the same time, for those people that were in those qualifying matches, that one-day qualifying matches and lost tonight, one of them should have had a chance to win. But I think Shane was thinking with his gut, it was like, let me just perform in here with Dolph Ziggler and win the title. This was a C+ to me. It was just not a great match because it could have been a great match if The Miz was able to compete. But Shane McMahon had to come in, and it seemed like Shane McMahon dominated Dolph Ziggler once he got in the ring, and it was just a bad. I just didn't like. I mean, the fact that he won it for SmackDown, cool. But at the end of the day, The Miz, it should have been The Miz, because I had The Miz winning the whole World Cup, and I think he would have won the whole, the World Cup. Me personally. So yeah. So let's just get straight into this main event. And this main event is DeGeneration X versus Brothers of Destruction. The main event, DeGeneration X ended up getting the win. For most part, DeGeneration X was getting a butt whip majority of this match. Once Triple H got, choke slammed through an announce table, he was down there for the long haul. We didn't see him for a while. Then we saw Shawn Michaels getting his behind whipped by Kane and Undertaker. It still looked like all four of these guys still got it. Shawn Michaels have not wrestled in 8.5 years. But all of them did look pretty exhausted. They looked pretty tired. They looked like they couldn't keep up with the times. But they was able to get the win over Brothers of Destruction because of both of them. Kane and Undertaker was going to put Shawn Michaels and Triple H in a tombstone, and then you see Shawn Michaels pull over Kane and poke him in his eye, and that's when Triple H was able to get out the tombstone. So what happened is that I think that Shawn Michaels gave Undertaker the Sweet Chin music, and then he gave Kane the Sweet Chin music, and right after that, you get Triple H with the pedigree, and it was a 1, 2, 3. But this was a very, very good match. You saw Shawn Michaels off the top, the top rope, do a moonsault off of that. I was like, this guy is always dirty. He's still doing his stuff. He's still, doing what he got to do. But the match was pretty okay. It was okay. It was pretty entertaining at the end of the day. I still give it a C+. That's just me personally. This was just not a good pay-per-view. It really turned me off once Brock Lesnar won the Universal Championship. It turned me off really, really badly. And that got to be fixed over on Raw. This is why SmackDown is the A brand. That's just my personal opinion. SmackDown is a better brand. They have better wrestlers. They have better talent. They have better storylines than Monday Night Raw. And Monday Night Raw is just not cutting it for me right now. But overall, Crown Jewel was a okay event. It was something that I could have skipped over. It wasn't something worth watching. I just could have looked at the notifications and did that. But that's just what it is. I ended up watching the whole thing to give my full recap of WWE's Crown Jewel that went down today. Definitely comment, like, and subscribe, and let us know what you think about my recap of WWE's Crown Jewel, or my predictions, which will be on the card up top, or you'll see at the end of this video. But let me know what y'all think about my recap. Comment, like, and please subscribe to our channel, The Spotlight Sports Talk, and follow us on all social medias, which will be in the description. I am Darian from The Spotlight Sports Talk, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.